But those are things I would use on my countertop, not put into my body. MLMs are not inherently bad. It's $100 and it's like totally a chill thing. It's a chill thing. It's a chill thing. Putting it in your body, however, wasn't chill. What is up, you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, I hope this video finds you well. Tonight, for me it's tonight, I decided to make another video and try to just formulate my thoughts better for my views in the anti-MLM community. So that's what I'm here to do today. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. I know you probably hear it in the beginning of every single YouTube video that you watch, but the way that YouTube works, there's an algorithm there if you didn't know. And if you subscribe, any interaction actually will boost your, the internet's like the ocean. So when YouTube decides that they want to pick up one of your videos, it's like you're in like the EAC, you're like in the East Australian Current all of a sudden, like boom, there it went. I've been making videos since like the beginning of 2018. And now I sit down in my garage the other night and just talk at the camera for 40 minutes about my views on the anti-MLM drama or whatever's going on in that world. And that's what people want to hear. So that's my goal right now, is just I wrote some notes and I'm going to film another shorter video to try to just get across my thoughts better. Hopefully this video is not copyright claimed because I have jazz music playing in the background. If it is, it's what it is. My channel's not even monetized yet anyway, so whatever. My goal is just to formulate my thoughts a little better for you guys. Anybody who cares enough to watch, I want to make sure that I'm doing enough and doing a good enough job to communicate the issues here. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so we're going to just dive in. First, I'm going to tell you my issues with MLMs, okay? MLMs, I already kind of went over it in my last video, but if this is your first video and you need a quick rundown, MLM stands for multi-level marketing. MLMs are not inherently bad. MLMs themselves aren't bad. It's the way that people sell MLMs, that is the problem. So take essential oils, for example. Essential oils are great. They have many benefits, kind of. So the benefits to essential oils are all either for sanitation purposes, like you could use orange or lemon essential oils to help make like cleansers and stuff, because a lot of essential oils actually have like antifungal properties, things like that. But those are things I would use on my countertop, not put into my body. As far as physical health benefits from essential oils, we're talking aromatherapy. We're talking a couple studies that have been done about, one of them was like lavender, I think, and the participants had placebo and lavender, and they both experienced the same amount of drowsiness. That's the type of clinical studies that surround essential oils. Aromatherapy is great. Cleaning your counters or your toilet is great. Putting it in your body, however, no. That's a hardcore no. Anybody who tells you that you can ingest essential oils has not done the bare minimum research to realize that actually there's been little to no clinical trials on the benefits of essential oils. Just keep that in mind. Take workout. I made some notes this time, guys, so I'm looking down. Take workouts, for example. Beachbody is a huge MLM that will sell protein shakes, diet plans, and workouts, all for one low annual initial cost of $100. For $100, or at least back when I fell into it, because I've been in MLMs, and we're going to talk about that also today. In Beachbody, they will say, well, maybe not everyone, but my coach at the time, she tells me, oh, I think you'd be a great coach. I think, it's probably something you're doing anyway. You could really just, be working out. You don't have to be a coach. You could just, it's $100 and it's like totally a chill thing. It's a chill thing. It's a chill thing. She was like, it's totally chill. wasn't chill, because then when a year came up and I realized, wait a second, Allison, you're not even using these supplements. You're not even looking at the workouts. Any workouts that are on there, it's Beachbody is the same company that made P90X. And when I was in high school, everybody was crazy about P90X. If you've done P90X, you're like a total workout rock star. And Beachbody is the same company that made P90X. So these companies just market in a way that is unnecessary. And that is issue number one. Why I don't like MLMs is because they take advantage of people. How do they take advantage of people, you might ask? Well, number one, they will prey on people who they see as vulnerable. Now, vulnerable does not mean the same as weak. They're different words for a reason, okay? Vulnerable means that you're more susceptible to certain things. I have an absent father, so I'm more susceptible, I used to be, not so much anymore, to certain things in life. Certain people would be able to get away with things with me because they knew, she's an absent father, she don't know no better. Well, guess what? I know better now. And the more people that educate themselves and just do research before they dive into things, they will also know better. So yeah, working out isn't bad. Protein shakes aren't bad. It's the fact that this girl came to me and saw me as being vulnerable. I could prey on her. And she may not have seen it like that, but now looking back, it's actually kind of crazy obvious, because the girl randomly wanted to like be friends with me for like 30 seconds before she moved out of the state. And I thought, that's amazing. I'm so glad that I have somebody who wants to be my friend. Well, she moved away. Her only contact with me was trying to see if I was into Beachbody. And when she knew that I wasn't in anymore, she didn't want to talk to me. And we've had some disagreements over the last couple months where I realized, wait a second, this girl was never my friend. This girl was selling to me before she was selling to me. That's wrong. Anyway. Number one reason why I don't support MLMs is because they take advantage of people. People who they think are vulnerable. This would include students, single parents, if you're considered low income, or if you drive a car that might make it look like you're low income, or if somebody knows where you live and you live in an area that might be considered low income, they will prey on you. They being somebody who is in an MLM, and they make money off of you joining. The girl that recruited me to Beachbody made money off of recruiting me. It was probably like 25 cents. It wasn't nothing. Probably wasn't not even enough to even come close to make up for what she already paid to be in Beachbody. But she made money off of me. And that makes me sad and mad because I thought she was my friend. Okay. Low income. They'll prey on your insecurities. If it's a weight loss MLM, they'll prey on your insecurities. That's a huge thing because for me, if somebody's gonna see me and recognize something about me that is vulnerable, here's the thing about Beachbody too. They'll target people that they think may want to lose weight. Guess what? Rarely do people like when you compliment or don't compliment them about their weight and physical appearance. The times when it's appropriate are like, for example, my mom and stepdad do diets. They make it known on their social media platforms that they do diets. If somebody were to compliment them on their weight when they've made it known to the public that they're trying to lose weight, that is appropriate. But if you don't know somebody and you're trying to sell them a product that is about getting fit, what are you saying? I'm not fit? Like, what are you saying by telling me that I should use this product, you know? Another way that they'll prey on your insecurities is with the essential oils. I've seen a lot of stories via watching anti-MLM content, but also on my own social networks. I have seen this happen where somebody will go through something like, say, a parent passes away, their spouse passes away, they lost a child, What's another one? Their pet passing away. I know it's not like as serious necessarily as a human passing away, but I've seen people talk about their tragedies and then try to sell their product. And that to me, ooh, that really grinds my gears. That gets my blood boiling, because if you have a product to sell and you think it's good enough to sell, you should just be selling it. Just sell your product. Do not find out that I have gone through something traumatic and then message me and say, oh, I've gone through something similar and my
insert any MLM product here
really helped me get through it. That is so inappropriate. So it's evil. It is truly evil. And these little things are how the anti-MLM community formed, because there was so many of us that started recognizing, wait a second, not only is this wrong, it's way wrong. It's preying on vulnerable people. Let's talk about another reason why I don't like it. Okay, they'll prey on students. They'll take advantage of people. That includes students, single parents, low income, prey on your insecurities. They'll sell you a lifestyle. That's another huge reason why the anti-MLM community formed, because if they're not preying on your insecurities, they're saying, hey, look at my Louis Vuitton bag. Look at my new white Mercedes that I'm saying my company paid for, but actually they don't really pay for it. I still have to pay for it. Like, the whole thing just doesn't make sense when you're talking about Mary Kay, Arbonne, Young Living, or doTERRA, Beachbody. There's so many companies that it just doesn't make sense, other than the fact that they make a commission off of sales to you. There are honorable side hustles where you make a commission off of your product. For example, a car salesman. If you work at a reputable car dealership, every car that you are able to sell, you make a commission. That's why you should be careful when you go to car dealerships, because they're gonna make money off of you. So you should know when you go to a dealership, if you're gonna buy a new car or even a used car off the lot, that salesman's making money off of you. So they're going to be ballsy with you and you be ballsy with them. It doesn't mean you're disrespectful. You could still be kind, but be firm. And know your worth. Know the worth of whatever vehicle you're looking at. Generally, it's good to do some research beforehand. You don't have to be an expert on cars to know. Okay? Do a quick Google search for the car that you want. If you want a 2005 Honda Accord, Google search 2005 Honda Accord. And read the first 5 articles. So you don't have to read them all the way, but skim through them, because people will take advantage of you in life. But if you're a car salesman and you make money off of selling cars to somebody, we all know that that is a commission-based lifestyle, unless you don't know. And then they're going to prey on you, maybe. If you get a good car salesman, maybe they won't. But another thing where you make commission is insurance. That can really go either way, because when I wanted insurance, I sought somebody out to find it. And I found somebody in my area that had rates that I liked, and I went with them. However, I've had a friend in the past that started selling end-of-life insurance, death insurance. They call it life insurance, but it's end-of-life insurance. And that is such an honorable side hustle. However, he was in my DMs saying, I think you'd be good at this. I think you'd be a great insurance salesman. And I responded to him like, what do you mean? We haven't spoken in a decade. What do you mean? And so for me to be like anti-MLM, I was prepared already to know he's gonna make money off of me. Whatever company he's working for, he may make money off of me. I could be wrong. Maybe he's working for a company and he genuinely just thought I'd be a good salesman. But the thing is, people are not honest. I have a friend who worked for Beauty Counter. I have actually a handful of friends who work for Beauty Counter, sell for Beauty Counter, whatever. One of them recruited the other one and didn't tell her that she was going to be making money off of her. And I watched that whole thing happen, and it made me so icked out. I didn't even know what to do or what to say or what to feel, because the one friend that was selling Beachbody, love her, respect her, think the world of her. She's doing it for the right reasons, I think. Everything's great, except for she didn't make it clear enough to my other friend who trusted the first friend. My other friend, who I'm very close to, closer to than the first person, it was the first person's responsibility to let my other friend know what she was getting into, the risks involved. You probably aren't going to make any money. It is what it is. That conversation was never had. And it wasn't until I bought something off of my friend, the one that I'm closer to, and she brought up to me, why is this other girl's name at the top of my like sales thing? And I'm like, she's making money off of you, girl. Like, I don't know how to tell you this, but this is a commission-based business. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But that's really something that she should have said in the beginning. They'll sell a lifestyle. You could be rich and famous like me if you do this. That's what I was trying to say here. Another example of an honorable side hustle is real estate. When you get into real estate, you are independent. Yeah, you work for like a broker company, or I don't know the proper terminology, but you make a sale, you get money. You make another sale, you get money. And then if another bigger company realizes, ooh, this person's a really good salesman, let's hire them on, then you'll get hired on with a better company, and then you'll probably get better commission off of your sales. So there are ways to make money off of what you're selling to people, but it is very important that you're honest about what you're selling and you don't come in with ill intent, because people will find out the truth and it's not going to look good for you business-wise. So we're almost done with the video. I know this has been another long one when I said it wasn't going to be, but I'm really just trying to make sure I get my point across here. So another thing that I wanted to mention is that a lot of these MLMs will have a comparable product. Like, what is important is that something is FDA approved. Now, can we 100% trust the FDA? I mean, I guess you could argue not, because things do fall through the cracks, but that's where your own knowledge kicks in, because our government and our entities and our companies can only do so much. You can find me the most ethical, sustainably sourced. They could be vegan, organic, gluten-free. It doesn't matter necessarily, because you'll always find a way somewhere where the company messed up. Somewhere along the way there was problems, maybe there was lawsuits. And then it's really about if the company has sustained itself for so long, and also what they did about those lawsuits that matters. I know that something comes up a lot. I know something that comes up a lot with Gary Young, the creator of Young Living, and people like to act like that doesn't matter. If you want to know more about that, there's plenty of people on YouTube and otherwise that have made videos about Gary Young and how he was helping his wife give birth to the baby, and the baby died in the bathtub, and then he never even got a real degree and went and opened a practice out of the country so that he could practice under the table, and then moved back to the United States and started Young Living. I'm sorry, what? The CEO of the company I work for has done some bad things, but not like that. So what's your caliber for what you're okay with representing, selling? What's the deal? So yeah, there are comparable products with essential oils. If you're just using it for aromatherapy purposes and you're putting a couple drops in a big old oil diffuser and you're breathing it, that's fine. Unless you have pets. If you have pets or small children, you need to be even more aware of what is spraying around in the air in your house, because your little things with their little heartbeats are breathing those things. Us big people, if you're over the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, our brains are pretty much developed. We're pretty much who we're gonna be. Whatever you do, it's probably not going to affect you as much as a baby or a pet, because pets are animals and they're not the same as humans. There are a lot of essential oils that you would be surprised a bearded dragon and a dog cannot ingest. So I'm willing to bet that a cat or any other pet probably couldn't ingest it either. If you have a fish and it's in a fish tank and it doesn't have a top on it, and you're doing essential oils and it's going up into the air, it's falling down into the fish tank, and the fish is going to ingest your essential oils. So there are just things to be mindful of when people are trying to sell you a product. Yeah, there's always comparable products. If it's Beachbody, they're trying to sell you protein in a diet plan. Guess what? There's dietitians that you can go to, and there's also the internet where there is, yes, a lot of misinformation, but if you do some well-rounded research, You can compare all the research and you can pick, oh, this is true. I've read it on enough different sources to feel comfortable. Like, for example, you need to drink water to live. We all know and we all accept what happens if you don't drink water. If you try it, you'll die. Or you'll end up eventually finding water, because if you don't have water for a very short period of time, actually, like a day, you will die. So you need water to live, okay? Not everything is that cut and dry, but really if you just use your critical thinking skills, doesn't matter how much of an education you've had or not. If you're watching this video, that means you have access to the internet. That means you have access to a wealth of sources. So many things are out there, and it's really just about weeding through the things that you recognize are not true. And if you have serious medical concerns, you need to go to a doctor. Okay? If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's that nobody is going to come to you with a snake oil cure. That's been going on for years and years and years, since before the internet, since before there were phones. There were dudes going around on a wagon downtown trying to be like, hey, buy my snake oil. It'll cure your ailments. It'll make women less crazy and it'll make men less mad. Like, guys, this is really just about trying to learn history and make sure it doesn't repeat itself. And I'm really not trying to be condescending here. I'm just trying to refocus everybody on what we need to do. We're here as an anti-MLM community because we care. And if we're going to be bullies to each other, then there is no point, because there's enough animosity and bad things happening already in the world. If we're going to be a niche of a niche, and yeah, I said niche, here's the definition of niche, and I'll go ahead and have them, you can do I'll click the little thing so she could say it. So here it is.
Niche.
Niche or niche. Somebody in my last comment, or in my last video, commented like, you need to Google how to say niche or whatever. And if you're watching this, don't go for that person. This is exactly what we're talking about. You can clarify and defend yourself without having to go after somebody, because you can only really worry about yourself. You can only really defend yourself. You can't defend other people and explain other people's actions. So worry about yourself and you'll probably be fine. You can care with your whole heart, but you have to be careful where you put your energy, because if you care too much about things that don't matter, it can take a lot of your precious energy and time, and then you end up high and dry, alone, empty, broke if you're in an MLM. Because another thing I wanted to mention is that 99% of people lose money in an MLM. Don't make money in an MLM. Okay? This is based off of income disclosure statements from 2016 and before. You cannot find an income disclosure statement from the year 2016 or prior where anybody made money. Now, okay, that's an exaggeration. 1% did. 1%, okay? Being in an MLM and expecting to make money is like going to the casino for one night and playing one machine one time and expecting to become a millionaire, okay? The way somebody will try to sell you an MLM is they'll say it's easy, doesn't take a lot of your time, and then you buy in, you buy those lottery tickets, you cash in all your gambling. Guess what? It's going to leave you high and dry. You're not going to make any money off of it. Nothing in this world is free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Okay? Free lunch at school is not free. It's paid for by somebody. It's either a government entity, people donated, taxpayer dollars, whatever it is. It's not free. It might be free to you, but it's not free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So I think I've almost said everything I need to say. I'm looking at my notes here. Honorable side hustles, I already kind of talked about that. Other ones I said are walking people's dogs, doing hair and nails on the side, selling real estate, or selling insurance, kinda. And I already went over that whole thing. Lastly, one more thing here. Let's see, 99% of people lose or make no money in almost every MLM. It's not an honorable side hustle. And the word honorable, I want to be careful. It's not a sustainable side hustle, because honorable would mean like you're proud of it. And there are people who are in MLMs and they're proud of it. And let them do what they're gonna do, you know? If they start feeding their baby essential oil, just call CPS. I don't know. If you're that worried about it, there's numbers you can call. You can message that person and say, hey, I know this is kind of random for me to tell you this, but it's really dangerous to give your kid essential oils. Here's some studies about that. And if they look into it, that's their, you know, good for them. But if they don't, you did all you could do. So unless you're going to call CPS, there's really nothing else you can do about that. And don't just go calling CPS on people, because that's a whole corrupt system. Really, you should probably just mind your own business. The biggest reason, actually, real quick before I finish, is that the reason why I don't like MLMs, a big reason, not the biggest, is that they lack accountability. There's nobody that you can call if you say, hey, I got, you know, alopecia from using Monet. I mean, there's lawsuits. If you Google Monet or Monat lawsuits, MONAT, you'll find plenty. They're happening right now, and there's ones that have already happened for people losing their hair or having adverse reactions to the product. So, I don't know. I mean, we can hate all we want on Pantene and stuff, but based off of how long they've been in business, and you can look at the amount of lawsuits that the company has had, it's actually scary to see the amount that has been sold versus the amount of lawsuits when you're looking at MLMs. It's way too big in numbers, and I don't have those exact numbers, but yeah, people be suing Monet, Beachbody, Young Living for false claims, false advertising. I don't know if whoever's watching this, if you're old enough to remember, or if not, or if you just don't remember, it's fine. Red Bull, like the company, Red Bull, went through a lawsuit a couple years ago, probably a decade ago now, I'm old, about, they used to say, Red Bull gives you wings. Well, Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings, and somebody had the audacity to sue Red Bull for false claims. And I don't remember if they won or lost, but I know for sure that Red Bull's advertising now is different. That's why now Red Bull says, Red Bull gives you wings, and they'll put like 4 or 5 eyes in there, because they can't legally say that it will give you wings, because that's a lie. Okay? Anyway, the last thing I wanted to do for real here is shout out some other creators, because I did in my last video, but it was just not the funnest video to watch. So Emily Fine and Kimberly Leah are also 2 YouTubers that I've been watching recently. I know Kimberly Leah has been on YouTube for a while, I guess. I hear her referenced a lot lately. Emily Fine is a little bit newer of a creator, and she's a little bit smaller of a creator, but I feel like she's just going up, up, up. Like, you should really go check out her videos. I'm going to link all these in the description below. Another small creator that I've been watching recently is Tiana Liss. I started watching her because she had a video about anti-MLM, kind of like the same video that I put out a couple days ago. Earlier today, I searched anti-MLM, and this was what I found. Like, this was my screenshot. So I ended up clicking on her video, and I thought she was so cute and relatable and just fun to listen to, and I could really identify with what she was saying. And yeah, so her name is Tiana Liss. You guys should check her out. And then another creator that is not an anti-MLM creator at all, I've just been really loving her content lately. Her name is Cortreezy. One of the first videos of hers I watched, she clarified, it's not Cortreezy, it's Cortreezy. Like, say it fun, like, hello, just read it and say it. So yeah, I don't know. Also, another YouTube channel that I love to watch that is like, if you're done with humans and you just don't want to even think about humans anymore, Brave Wilderness is awesome. It's like, if you're my age and you liked Steve Irwin, you're probably going to like Brave Wilderness, because it's just all about animals, really not problematic, and just fun to watch. So anyway, I hope this video is received well. I hope that you guys enjoyed my content. And again, if you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like I explained earlier, any interactions really boost my video in the algorithm. So if you like it, like it. If you don't, then you don't, and it wasn't for you, and I apologize. And yeah, I'll try to always keep it short, but it's probably always going to be this length of a video. I mean, who am I kidding? I just can't stop talking. Thank you guys for listening, watching, being here, and I'll see you on the next one.